Welcome to my channel, All for Health with Jane. Family, the Senzo Meyiwa Trial is still on. In the beginning of the court hearing today, Advocate Baloyi informs the court that there are missing transcripts records from the evidence of Lieutenant Colonel Mangena. Audio records are available, but procedurally, they must be transcribed and be distributed to the defense. Family, Lieutenant Colonel Mangena was already in court for them to take him through his evidence before the defense ballistic expert could come in. So because of the evidence that was missing, the court had to adjourn. Because it was more than a year Lieutenant Colonel Mangena gave evidence in this court, it was obvious he cannot be remembering everything he told the court when he was here in 2023. Whilst they are still deciding what to do, Judge Rata being Judge Rata, he says if they were keeping notes, they could be using them for progress. He even shows them the notes that he is keeping. He says, every time I'm in this court, I write notes. If you were doing the same, then we would be using your notes. And he continues to say, the JP is perturbed, perturbed by what is happening. And he says that JP even made a remark that Judge Rata enjoys this case, hence they do not finish it. Family, what are you saying about that? Do you think the reason why this case, they cannot finish it is because these people enjoy being in this court? What do you think about this? What do you think about the remark that is being made by the JP? At the end, one may think, no, they are doing this because they are enjoying it. Family, let's listen to this clip. This is what happened today in court.
Then coming back, my lord, to the second issue that led to the delay in the commencement of the proceedings. When scouring through the record, we discovered that there are certain portions of Lieutenant Colonel Mangena's evidence which are missing from the transcribed records that we have received. We have received two sets of transcribed records. The first set is for the 30th of August 2023, which goes from page 1 up to page 74. Then the second transcribed record that we received, it's for the one covering the 31st of August 2023, and in neither of these two sets of records is the evidence of Colonel Mangena contained that pertains in particular to the findings that he arrived at, the court charts that he had prepared, and our suggestion, my lord, after conferring with my colleagues, was that we listen to the recordings to see if those missing parts are indeed in the recording, and we can then take it from that point. I think we are all agreed that the missing parts are crucial for the purpose of cross-examination and for the witness, especially in light of the fact that it's been close to a year that he has given his evidence. We therefore suggest, my lord, that perhaps we should take a short adjournment so that we listen to the recordings and will then apprise of the court of what is contained in the recordings.
Mr. Mdulizulu. To listen to the recordings.
As the court pleases, my lord, I do concur with my learned colleague about the arrangements, my lord. the court, my lord, share the same sentiment.
As the court pleases, my lord, I share the same sentiment. That is the arrangement. Thank you.
Let me just ask, it's normally not done. Colonel Mangena, do you have your notes? Mangani, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mangena. I used to play soccer with a guy called Sporo Mangena. Sorry, yeah. Do you have your own notes?
Own notes on
The evidence you gave here?
the testimony that I got was the transcript from the
No, you're not listening. The evidence you gave viva voce, do you have your own notes?
No, I don't have notes.
How did you give your evidence without referring to documentation?
Unless I was referring to my statements when I was
Right.
giving evidence.
And what else did you use? Because they say there are charts missing.
The court charts that I prepared.
Don't
for
you
the
have copies
court.
of those?
I handed over
So we have copies of those.
we have copies of that.
Have you gone over your evidence? Because it's, to be fair, it's a year that you last testified about this. Have you gone over your evidence?
I've gone over some of it, not all of it, my lord.
Hello?
Because I've gone over some of it, not all of it, because some of it is not, I didn't receive it.
When you say some of it, which you didn't receive?
The one that the advocate Baloyi was
Referring
talking
to?
about, I was referring to, yes,
He
are
says
the ones that I
page is
have received.
missing.
The ones that are missing, I don't have them also.
And counsels, you don't keep your own notes, am I correct?
We do, my lord. Right?
Now, where are your notes? Like me,
Yes.
every day I come with a full-scope page. If you want me to, I can go and fetch all my notes from the first day. And I keep my notes. Yeah. So if he dies today, I'm sorry to say that, I will say, on the 8th of January 2000 and what have you, he testified and said this. And when counsels reconstruct evidence which is missing, they have recourse to their own notes. But it appears here we don't have the notes.
No, my lord. I think notes we do have.
Oh, so what's our problem then?
I think the challenge is when we're taking notes, we're taking them in a pre-key form. Like
Yes.
We don't write everything that he says.
You're right, what is important?
Yes, and what
That's
is important to me might not be important to Mr.
No, my
Ramosipilli.
importance is
So I think
importance.
that's the challenge that we have, my lord. But all along, it has been a trajectory throughout, my lord, that if you put something to the witness, you specifically refer him to the court record in order not to mislead him and to also put the court in a situation where the court might not be able to understand what is happening.
Unfortunately, you are talking to a guy, I'm sorry to say this again, who's 50 years in this profession. When you instruct your ballistic expert,
Yes.
now you can sit down.
Well, thank you, madam.
You get the record of the proceedings, of the evidence, of the ballistic evidence adduced by the state. Then you give it to your ballistic expert. And then you give your ballistic expert your client's version of what happened or could have happened. And then you say he must go and prepare on the basis of the notes which you have given him and the record of the proceeding. I can't see, it baffles me. How can you instruct a ballistic expert without getting his evidence? Because then you will realize that, oh, we don't have Mangena's evidence. Then you start doing, because you had the whole year. But I'll say from Tuesday, you told me that you're going to be consulting with your expert on Friday. So it means you must have had Mangena's evidence. Now we are coming back on Monday. We want to go and listen to the evidence. How did you instruct your, no, just sit down. How did you instruct your ballistic expert?
Should I have an input, my lord?
Yeah.
As the court places, my lord, indeed, that's the same procedure that the court is narrating. In preparation for the expert, we gave him this transcribed record, all the notes from the previous expert, from the test by Colonel Mangena. And then on Friday, when we consulted, it is the expert that told us, guys, the record that you gave me is missing because I've listened to YouTube. He listens to YouTube, my lord. And the court previously told Mr. Mgomezu, YouTube is not the record for court purposes.
Yeah, because it's edited.
Yes. So he listened to YouTube and said, this is missing. And upon doing that, my lord, we followed up and realized that 1.5 hours of court transcription or the proceedings is missing from the record. Then we appraised my learned colleague, Advocate Baloyi, to do to that fact, my lord. So we did follow that procedure.
So you want to listen to this tape for how long? Because you are now saying it's 1.5 hours. I thought it was you're going to listen to 15 minutes or 30 minutes at the most.
Yes, my lord. All that we want to check is whether the recording is there, not to listen to the whole recording, just to see if it's there. And if it's there, we'll then reconvene.
And if it is not there?
Well, if it's not there, my lord, we'll then have to think about plan B.
What's plan B?
But I think for now, let's check if it's there, and we'll then take it from there.
I can't do it. Otherwise, I would say I'll give you my notes. Yes, that will surprise you, Mr.
I'm not surprised, my lord.
Because my notes record everything that happened in this court. Everything.
An issue, my lord, is not the personal notes of any of the counsels here. It's what's on record.
You know what, the JP is perturbed by this case. He actually remarks that he thinks I'm enjoying this case. That's why it's not finishing. That's his remarks. He wants this case to finish and be finalized. Because this case affects some persons, and they want to know how it finishes. Now we're coming back. The record is missing. We want to listen to it. Our notes, you record what is important and what is not important, you don't record. And Mangena comes and says, oh, you know what? I have everything except 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can't give evidence without what you say is missing.
I can give evidence.
You can give evidence. Okay, let's adjourn for 30 minutes. And then after that, you tell me what we do. Okay.
Family, before adjournment, the registrar of the court was called, and Judge Rata instructed her to call the company that is doing transcription for the court, so that at least by tomorrow those transcripts must be ready. And the lady, through the phone, the lady did that, and the one who is working for that company promised that by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, those transcripts will be ready and the court will have to continue from there. So family, thank you for watching this video to the end. Please do not forget to like it before you leave. Subscribe for my channel if you haven't done so yet. I love you, family. Thank you. Bye.